everyone. I was looking at the chat kind of sideways, saying hey to everybody in my brain. I'm Ann with Andale Homestead. Glad you're here.
Hello, 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 everyone. It is Casey over at Ormsby Farm in the Halfway Homestead.
And I'm Monica at Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Welcome in, everybody. So glad to be here. Tuesday. I'm so excited.
I know it's Tuesday, and we are talking about our episode that came out yesterday.
Yes.
And we are so excited because we had a wonderful, wonderful guest host. We've had her on a couple times this season and probably more to come. Spoiler alert. And we talked about stuff Thanksgiving-wise, kind of. Not necessarily, but we talked a little bit about Thanksgiving-style stuff. We talked about raising turkeys because we're coming down to that time, y'all. We're getting close. The weeks are getting closer. Holidays, a holiday in.
Yep.
But before we get into that, do we want to announce? We have a third category that we are announcing for our Hay Bale Awards.
Sure.
Do we want to announce who the finalists are for the top 8?
Absolutely.
Look
All
at
right.
here.
Miss Ann, do you know them? Do you want to introduce them or do you want me to say it?
I would appreciate if you said it.
Okay.
There are a couple of faces I'm not familiar with.
Okay, so we've got the best cooking / preserving channels under 100,000 subs. So we have Ormsby Farms, the Halfway Homestead.
Woo-hoo.
We have Not for Nothing Homestead.
Yeah.
Boots and Bounty Homestead.
All right.
We have Blue's Self-Reliance.
Yes.
We have Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen.
Good.
And we have, let's see, is that Casey? Who was that one?
Willow Creek.
Is that Willow Creek? So we have Willow Creek Homestead,
Cool.
Jenny's, and then we have Mrs.GilliamFarms.
Yes, Christine, Mrs.
Christine.
Gilliam. No fun, Christine.
No Fun Christine, that's true. And then at the very bottom, Casey, who was that?
That is Hamilton Homestead.
Well, who was it? Hamilton Homestead. Oh, that's right. Okay. I couldn't figure out.
Hamilton Homestead.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yay,
See, I'm
yes.
still not familiar with all these channels. So I am excited because that means I can go and look at some of these channels too. So
They
That's
are
right.
great channels. And I do have to say, I didn't say anything this time. I am very, very honored and blessed that I was even thought about to be in this group
Of
amazing
course.
channels. I
Yeah.
mean, these channels are some amazing cooking and preserving channels, and I'm very honored to have been nominated. So I didn't say anything. That's why you heard Monica's voice most of the time.
even though I kind of messed it up.
Well, Casey, but you do a beautiful job of cooking and canning and sharing your preserving and all of the things. Oh
Yep.
my gosh. And you show us every detail of the recipe so that we know what we're doing when we get ready to get started.
Exactly.
Well, and I appreciate you saying that. And I may be a little rebellious with some of the stuff that I do. And I will say that we had to switch stuff around for this category. And because we did have one channel that decided they did not want to be involved with our award ceremony. And we respect that. But I think that the channels that we have chosen are wonderful channels. And I am very excited. And
everybody's our top choice.
just wonderful.
Fine.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful.
But
This is
Ann, I
fabulous.
think you should say hello to people. We have a
I
lot
think
of
I
people.
should. Absolutely. It's not right unless Miss Ann says hi do.
Exactly.
Hey, Jersey. How you doing, Jersey Dolphins? I'm glad to see you. Joe, fix it for you. I'm glad he's in here tonight. Dallas, Mrs. Dallas. I met her from Longhorn Leicester. I'm just crazy about her too. So, Cynthia Delot, all the way from the Netherlands. Glory in the Garden and Philbeck. It's so cool. YouTube tries to switch these people around so that we don't know who they are with these handles. But we got you. I know that's Ann in there. Tamara, L&L Homestead. Hey, y'all. Hey, Christine.
One of the nominees.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes. Christine, Mrs. GilliamFarms. No Fun Christine. Hey, Rebecca, touched by yarn. She's touched most all of our lives with her yarn. And let's see, I'm kind of running down. My what about Bob? Hey, Bob from Robin Hood Homestead. And I'm not absolutely sure how to pronounce that. DeJaco, maybe, but he's saying, "How do to the host and everybody. We're so glad that you're here." Bingo. What was that in his? Okay, Raiden. I'm glad you're here. Oh, you're here to hang out for a little bit. We'll take what we can get,
And
y'all.
Miss Ann, I think it's Ray Dean.
Raiden. Oh, of course,
Ray Dean.
please. Please let me know because, I'll mess up a name in a minute. US Freedom 5. How do, darling? I'm so glad you're here. I still remember when they won our prize, when we gave away a prize way back when on Round the Hay Bale. G and G Farms. Hey, sweetie. I'm so honored that G and G Farms are in here. That's awesome. Hey, Tamra. I mean, I'm honored for everybody, but hope Worth's appointment went well. I'll be talking about that later on in the week. God's got a plan, and that's what we're leaning on is God's plan for Worthdale. And right now, this minute, he's in the other room, sitting back in the recliner, playing on his phone. Just got off the phone with his son for a very long conversation. It was great. Hello, Lori. It all adds up, Lori. She's listening in the background. Yeah. Oh, coffee mug. That's right. US Freedom 5 won the coffee mug. Growing a homestead. Look at that cute couple. Aren't they cute in their sunglasses? Hello. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Eh, Tamara, you saying hey to Worthdale? I'm not sure he's listening to us, but he is looking at his phone. Oh, thank you. Thank you, G&G Farms. I appreciate that. And I know your name, but right this minute I don't even know my own name. And I missed going to Petals this year as well. So sorry about that, y'all. I just got in conversations with everybody that's in the chat tonight. But
That's what we do. That's what makes it fun. That's why people keep wanting to come back and chat with us every Tuesday. If it was just me and Casey, they'd be like, "Oh,
of
we're
course,
dipping out."
it's Catherine. Catherine and I have hugged each other and had a big time. She is so cute at G&G Farms, y'all. You really should go and watch her. She's
Aw.
she's adorable. A big, wonderful animal person, and she's good friends with Cog Hill Farm as well. But she
That's
stands
cool.
right in her own right. I could tell you, she made me laugh every time
Well,
I
hi,
was there.
Catherine.
Yes.
So now we all know your name. Now you put it out there.
Now we know.
Now we
Yeah.
know.
So, what is going on tonight, y'all? I listened in the car today on our Around the Hay Bale podcast that we had yesterday. I really enjoyed it.
Are
I
you
mean,
ready to start raising turkeys now?
Right.
uh, it was
Maybe
close.
next Thanksgiving. Maybe next Thanksgiving, Miss Ann, you will be having your own homegrown turkey.
You never know, right?
You
Y'all
never
made it
know.
seem so easy because I've never raised turkeys myself, but
But
there's
when
always
Miss
a
Ann,
first time.
when you do it, the thing you need the podcast you need to listen to is the one with this person right here. He's popped up.
Yay!
Woo! Got
That's
me off
Carmen.
guard. I was like,
She didn't know. It's a good thing she wasn't down there like picking her nose or like,
no.
I try to do it quickly now, Carmen.
Carmen, he
So,
didn't even give you a heads
I was
up.
like,
surprise, you're here.
This is Jesus Loving Homesteader with Carmen, and we love her, and she's here with us
Yes.
often. And obviously, we do care for her because we've had you here a lot this year, and it's
Mhm.
wonderful. Thank
I
you.
enjoy it.
We love having you here. You're always so full of good information.
Yep.
And the good thing is that you when we do this, we talk seamlessly. It seems to flow very quickly. And by the time we get really involved, I'm like, wow, it's over with already.
Mhm.
Did we just end that conversation as fast as we started it? So
Yep.
yeah, no, it's great.
Oh, never name eating animals. I understand, Tamara. So, Carmen, it's turkey time. Yeah.
Woohoo!
You
Turkey.
have raised turkeys. And one thing that stood out to me and that was very interesting that I had no clue about was the different types of turkeys. And because, I'm used to seeing them on TV, the big fluffy turkeys, or either in plastic wrap at the grocery store with the little pop up thing. Those are the two that I'm familiar
A
with.
little pop-up thing. That's
Yeah.
so true.
You know you can buy those timers for your own turkeys, right?
I
You
had
can
no
actually
clue.
You can buy them and stick them in your own homegrown turkeys. So nobody would have to know that you didn't buy it. So the people that don't want to go, well, I don't really want to eat meat that came from, here. Because people actually say that.
People
What?
are like that. My mom
People are
won't
like
eat
that.
homegrown eggs at all.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
What?
Oh, yeah. We have a guy lives up the street. My boys work with him. He's the most amazing gentleman. Has hundreds of eggs a month easily. He doesn't eat a single one. He said, Monica, I only eat Eggland's best. And I'm like, what do you do with all your eggs? He throws them out. Throws them. I was like, I will be right there to get me
Yeah.
some eggs.
That is criminal. That is just criminal.
He
So
could be selling those.
yeah,
Okay, go.
Carmen, share with me the different types of. I heard the word heritage in there somewhere.
Mhm.
I heard the word Tractor Supply. So what kind of turkeys do we have in there?
Okay, so Tractor Supply is normally the white broad-breasted
Mhm.
turkey. That's usually the one that you get at the grocery store.
Okay.
They grow really fast. They get really big. They're great for that purpose. You're not going to get, they're pretty much bred just for that.
Yeah.
And then you have heritage birds. They grow slower. But their meat is delicious. Like if I was to compare the two, the heritage breed, even though it takes longer to grow out, they're more juicier because I've tried them both side by side, and they are just overall juicier and just more flavor than the broad-breasted. But again, like I said in the episode, as long as whatever turkey I'm eating has gravy on it, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, well, there was something that made me really sad in there because you were talking about the broad-breasted. One, they rarely, if ever, it's a miracle if they ever lay an egg, and so you can't really be
Yeah,
self-sustainable.
they'll get too big, and they
Yeah.
can get all sorts of different sick illnesses like the green mussel disease. I've seen that happen. I've butchered my sister's turkey with that, and it was so sad because she thought it was her pet. She
Yeah,
didn't know the difference. She just went to Tractor Supply, bought a turkey, and was like, "You're gonna be my best friend." And
yeah.
it ended up being a meat bird, and we had to butcher it, and it did have that disease, and it was so heavy that it was having a hard time walking.
Oh,
So it is inhumane, at times to keep birds of that size as friends, as pets, because
mm,
they were bred to get so big. Unless you can watch that turkey have a very strict diet, um, I don't see it going past a year. Like, I really
Yeah.
don't, unless you are on it. And if you ever had any type of meat bird, they eat. Like,
Yeah.
they eat a tremendous amount. Like, so I don't see that. It is sad. So
Yeah.
I prefer heritage birds because they are grazing just like the other birds. I had them with my chickens and ducks, and they were just doing their thing, and they took forever to grow out. But I mean, it was worth it. It is worth it, in my opinion.
Carmen, wouldn't you say that the broad-breasted would be kind of like comparable to Cornish cross for
Oh,
those that are listening
absolutely.
in, those for people that think, oh, I'm gonna get some chickens and I get Cornish cross from Tractor Supply. Well, Cornish cross is bred to get fat within 2 months.
See, and I know people who they are hardcore Cornish cross breeders. Like, they do not like, I mean, not I can't even say breeders because they can't produce their own offspring in your flock. You have to buy them, because they're
every time.
sterile. So you can't even be a Cornish cross breeder like I couldn't. Not like a Red Ranger or something like that. But people are hardcore Cornish cross because they get big fast, and
Mhm.
it is what it is. We live in a society where people want it now, and they want the biggest, and they want to, be able to sell that product to others and get more money for it. It is what it is. That's what it is. But when you know more, in my opinion, if you truly are an animal, I love animals, but I also know that there's a line there where this is food, this is not,
Mhm.
but I can still love you, take care of you, raise you, and eat
And thank
you,
yes.
knowing that my children, my family are eating well. And if that does sound kind of crazy, but we go to the grocery store and we buy meat that is treated like trash. Treated like trash. We buy chickens that live in the dark and are just fed whatever. And some of those animals,
Yeah.
they die in the factory and they're just swapped with the other chickens, and you're eating that too. And that's the reality. So I personally am very passionate about not buying any of those white birds. I don't want Cornish cross. I don't want broad breasted. But if
Yeah.
you were to give me those at the table, at your table, I will be respectful and I will pour my gravy and I will eat it.
So Casey, that's hilarious. So Casey, I mean,
Way to do it.
personally, I don't think I've ever had a homegrown turkey. I've only had one from the store. So I don't know what the difference is. But
Mhm.
Casey, you were talking about your turkeys because you had a number of turkeys at your other homestead and plan on getting another one when you get to a whole. He's the halfway homestead now. He's going to be a whole homestead in a few years.
Yep.
But or maybe even sooner. But you were saying that your heaviest one weighed what? Your heaviest turkey?
I think processed. I think if I looked back, probably about 10 pounds.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's processed complete. That's feathers, everything. Like
Mhm.
if I was to give you a whole turkey, like you would get at the grocery store, my heaviest was 10 pounds. When you go to a grocery store, it's about 25. You're looking at 25, 30
Yeah.
pound turkeys.
Mm.
Now, it's a huge weight difference, but as Carmen said, the taste it just doesn't compare.
Uh-huh.
You have some home raised turkey, and you're gonna be like, what was that stuff I was buying at that Publix?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yes,
the way to home
it's just
roast,
the taste
yeah,
thing, huh?
anything else.
So, excuse me. Next week we're talking about brining and all the different type of stuff when you're cooking a turkey, but there is just some difference about the meat that you get from heritage breeds from
Mhm.
meat that you get from like the broad breasted, just the turkeys that are bred to be bigger, quicker, faster.
Okay. Now, somehow my chat has stopped. I don't know if your chat has stopped, so I'm not going to be able to see any questions. But
They didn't
I'll
like
put,
us talking about their broad-breasted turkey.
maybe so. But
yeah.
Casey, there was also something else that you said, keep laughing, keeping her up. Anne from Gloria in the Garden wants to watch us so badly, but she's had a big day, and so
Yeah.
she's trying to stay awake with one eye. I understand, Anne. Um, so Casey, you were also talking about hatching your own. Now, Monica hatches her own as well. Monica, you hatch your own turkeys, and there was the so that's one subject. But I also wanted to know why it is that we mostly, for homegrown turkeys, eat the boys, not the girls.
Because
I will say that I have noticed just because they get bigger. Now,
Yeah.
for wild turkeys, because I was with someone before that was a hunter, and they said up and down that the females of the wild turkeys were more flavorful than the men,
Oh, okay.
which is very interesting. In my opinion, in my knowledge,
Hmm.
Carmen, Monica, step in whenever. I have noticed that the people like to eat the boys only because they get bigger in the heritage. And that's the thing that Americans think is I want a bigger turkey. I have to have a bigger turkey. So
Okay, so Monica, when you're hatching your turkeys,
Yeah.
how long does it take to hatch them, and what do you do?
It's a 28-day incubation period, so it's similar to ducks. And then when they hatch out, we just treat them like little baby chickens, except we're a little bit more attention they're more attention
because they're
seekers
dumb.
because they're
We just say it because they're dumb.
they are. I mean, they're dumber than a box of rocks. I mean, they really are, but they're the sweetest. And I will say that Eric does not like chickens. He cannot stand when I hatch out chickens or when baby chicks come in the house because they're like beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
all the time. Chickens and turkeys are vastly different. Turkeys have the sweetest little caw, and you know that they're just like, I can't even do it. They just call out so delicately, and it is the sweetest little baby call. We could fall asleep to that, and he does not care. The minute a chick comes in there, he said, "Nope, get him out." So the
Okay,
turkeys
so
are so sweet.
in my opinion, I kind of do the same thing that I did with my chickens. Like if I have too many roosters, like they've just got to go. I do the same thing with the turkeys. I mean, hens, you can get top dollar for hens, and because they're laying turkey eggs. I mean, and you can incubate those. I don't know if you've ever looked at the price difference between a heritage turkey or even just a regular turkey or a broad-breasted turkey in comparison to a chicken, but I mean, it is a lot more expensive. So the hens, in my opinion, they're gold to me. Even though, oh my goodness, I wish that I could just keep the males because my hens are always have an attitude. They always just got into all the things. They were chasing the actual chickens. They were just being so extra, especially when they wanted to hatch eggs. Sometimes they would sit on eggs for like half the time and then be like, never mind, I don't want to be a mom. So it's not even the fact that they're just like these great, like I want to keep these girls. I don't, but they are worth it as far as like the eggs and just being able to have them give me those and so I can sell more turkeys. The males are precious and sweet, and I loved every male that I've ever gotten from when I had my turkey flock. But they're food. I mean, you can't have too many males at one time. I mean, it's just like roosters.
Well, Carmen, isn't it also because I don't know the exact number, so somebody don't kill me in the comments. But turkeys lay a substantially less amount of eggs than chickens do a year. I think it's like a third of what. Is it even less than that, Monica?
They lay a lot less eggs, and tell me why. My turkeys decide they wanted to start laying eggs now.
Oh, look.
What?
I have a dozen and a half. I almost have 2 dozen. I have been eating turkey eggs. I have been using these eggs for food. This is not heard of in my house. You do not eat turkey eggs. You don't. Guess who's been eating turkey eggs? We have, because I refuse to hatch turkeys in the winter. That's like stupid. So this is a duck egg. This is a turkey egg.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see a little bit
Hold
of
on,
size.
let me pull you bigger, Monica. Hold on.
So this is a turkey egg. This is a duck egg. See if I can do it.
Oh, hello. There you go.
And then this is
All
a
right,
chicken egg.
Monica.
Oh, look at her go.
Chicken egg, okay?
Yep.
So you got their size difference, but the turkey egg is definitely bigger. Now, this is a duck egg. This is what we eat all the time because, of course, my ducks are laying again because it's 80 degrees. We actually turned our AC back on today in Texas. Welcome to November in Texas. And that's your duck egg. I mean, that's your turkey. They are considerably bigger. Considerably.
And they're speckled. I wish that they could see the speckles.
There you go.
So is the yolk bigger?
Yes.
Yeah, and actually we did a short.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a short on it. Eric actually just did a short this week. Our duck eggs, our yolk is turning green because they're eating acorns. So he did a duck egg versus a turkey egg. The turkey egg was kind of slightly tinged green as well because they're all eating the acorns. But the turkey egg is a little bit bigger than the yolk is a little bigger than the duck egg. But you don't eat, hey, Paul, you don't eat turkey eggs. It's just not a thing. But they're like,
how's your membrane? How's the membrane on your turkey eggs?
Well, okay.
Because go ahead.
No, go ahead. The shell is amazingly difficult to crack through, right?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and then when you get through the shell and you finally crack it open, you've got little chunks of shell that fall into your membrane and into your, because it's really hard. It's a very hard shell.
I will not eat turkey eggs because it's so frustrating to just be cracking them. Because once you get like 2, you need more. I mean, I have a big family. She has a big family. Who wants to crack like 8 turkey eggs? Like the membrane is so annoying to get through. And like she said, it like shatters
they fall apart in your hand. So you have chunks of egg and the membrane is still intact. You have to like puncture your finger through it and then you have to pull it apart very carefully. Otherwise, you're going to have little chunks of, I mean, it's a beautiful egg.
I will say that I do that because I did a turkey egg quiche one time. When I tell you hands down, the best.
Fancy.
It as pinky up.
Well,
The turkey eggs are just creamier and
It
have
is.
more flavor. So if you have the patience,
it's great.
Carmen's saying, if you have the patience to
She's
honestly push through, slowly crack, but you got to crack it in a certain way where everything else doesn't shatter.
Yep.
Well, Casey, you're going to have to do a video on how to crack a
Yes.
turkey egg.
Sadly, I don't have turkey eggs right
We'll
now.
do.
Well, you can find some.
I'm gonna say we'll do one and tag everybody around the hay bale.
There we go. We could do that.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah,
So there was
it's a lot.
something else that y'all said. The three of you all agreed. Everybody was nodding their head and talking about this. Yeah, even the turkey eggs are annoying. They are. We did say they're not the sharpest tool in the box.
They're a
nor the,
very
you know,
Unalive.
but
they're
they
always
try
unalive.
to leave this world hard,
Yeah.
like real hard. And Carmen, you were saying you could do everything right, but
Yep.
what happens?
Life? What do you mean?
They
No, what I
just
mean is-
unalive themselves. Like if it's raining buckets,
Oh,
they're
I
like
was
this.
like, what is happening? But
They try to eat the water so they
pay
can go.
attention, Carmen. Pay attention. Okay, no, yeah, it's unfortunate. I had a turkey one time. Her name was Angel. That was probably my first mistake. We should have
Yep.
never named her Angel.
Yep.
She was a mess. She would constantly jump, like, she would do this super jump over the fence, and then she'd cry, like, help, help, I'm here. She would do this every single day. She would jump the fence and cry on the back of it. And it got to the point where we did not care anymore. I was like, Angel, I think that's your God's will for you to stay over there, and I'm done. And after like a few weeks, unfortunately, I don't know what happened to her, but I like to think that she found a great little farm somewhere else.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it literally, you can't stop them. When there's always a few that are just like, I'm gonna do what I want to do,
Yeah.
and I don't care how you feel about it. And when it gets to that point where it's like every single day I'm dealing with you, just I'm trying to help you, protect you, I'm trying to love you and feed you, and you just don't want to be here, I'm sorry, friend. You just gonna have to do what you got to do. And that happens to a lot of turkeys. They're like, oh,
Okay.
it's raining, let's go into the rain and
Yeah,
drown.
they do
Like, it's just like,
And they will. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I have
That's
witnessed that
terrible.
firsthand. I hatched out about 38 turkeys a couple of years ago because I wanted to start my turkey meat flock for Thanksgiving. It downpoured. When I say it was the biggest downpour that Georgia has had in the 37 years that I've been alive. And
Oh.
all my chickens are like, oh, nah, bro, we're going back underneath
Yeah.
this cover thing. All of my turkeys are like, woo!
they're like,
let's die. Woo! And they would go and they would look up and open their mouths,
yes.
and then they would drown themselves because
That's terrible.
Yeah.
it's awful, but it is so
And
true.
And what do? You can't just be like, hey guys, this is what you don't do. No, they're just gonna be like, look, mom. It's like,
Yeah.
what
Yep.
is happening?
I'd have to stand out there with an umbrella over them or something. I don't know. That's terrible.
It
The
was
week be-
outside.
The week before my oldest son's wedding, we had all our family coming in, and I was raising turkeys. That was May. So I had teenagers, not even full teenagers yet, but I had, they were up there and a few weeks old. And I said, oh, it's going to be great. We got only a few more weeks of these jokers. It's good. They're going to be able to get out of this cage. We had them in a dog run. Right before it was about to rain, we said, we need to move this dog run under the front of our house where we have an awning. We moved the dog run. They had a dog loo inside they could all run into. All 15 of these were like, there's 4 inches where she didn't cover us. We should stand right there. It downpoured a May rain in Texas. When I say May rain, I mean like 500-year rain, May. It was bad. And my friends were like, what? No, we had people holding turkeys, drying blow dryers, running in each room, trying to get them, shaking them, trying to get them like back. We were able to revive out of like the 15 that tried to go. We were able to revive 12 of them.
Oh,
well, over the course of the next 3 days, right before the wedding, my family and friends, they would come over and be like, there's a dead turkey over there. I'm like, oh, cool. So then the 13 decided the 12 of them decided they were going to try, they were just going to drop one by one by one until we got down to 3 over the next 3 days. So my people who had never been on a farm were like, we love your farm. Oh, there's like 3 dead turkeys on the ground. Of course there is. Of course there is. So yeah, turkeys are not the smartest. And you can do everything you can do to save them. And sometimes they will just go.
And I think that's the hardest. That's the hardest thing, because it's like you invest all this time into them when they're little. You keep them in the brooder and you keep them warm and you feed them and you're like, these are my babies. All this is gonna happen, and then they go out on their own and they're just like, what is happening? And it's like that is one downfall to having turkeys, I will say, because my chickens have been resilient. Like literally, mine are a whole gang. Like they are hood. They got it going on. They knew what they were going to do. They conquer, but turkeys, you have to be more on the alert, kind of watching, counting everybody. How's everything going? And if you're not that type of person to where you're going to check your animals every day to make sure things are okay, I'd probably side a little bit to you're not ready for turkeys.
Yeah. Do chickens or ducks. Like my ducks will disappear for days, and then I'm like, oh, they're gone. And then like 3 weeks later, we're like, there's a duck and she's got 5 babies. What happened? We had no idea. So, some animals, like she said, are a little more resilient than turkeys. Turkeys are maybe not for you.
Yeah. There you go. All right, everyone. Well, we have run out of time. Where our 30 minutes is up. Carmen, you are such a dear. And thank you for being here with us to talk about raising turkeys. These other two have done their job. They have raised some turkeys I never had. So it was a lot of interesting information. If you want to know how to raise a turkey from egg to adult, go and check out the podcast from yesterday on Round the Hay Bale. And that way we got a little bit more information in there. This was a lot of fun, but we got some information in there on actually from start to finish. Now, we will be back next Monday where we're talking about Thanksgiving meals and what we're going to do and how to brine these turkeys and what different people do. Hey, Jersey Dolphins, I'm glad you're here, honey. And all those kinds of things. But don't forget, now, Casey, tell them about the voting thing that we have, please.
Well, first, I want to say that next week, because it is Thanksgiving, we do have a podcast that comes out Monday. It's actually Thanksgiving with Friends. It's an hour-long episode. We won't tell you who the surprise guest is, but she's on the screen, so I guess it's surprise. Our conversation continues, but we will not be here live next Tuesday for Hey Y'all Hey. We are all spending time with our families, so we wanted to pre-record. So next week will be pre-recorded, but make sure, because I will post in the video afterwards the link to go vote for your favorite best cooking and preserving channel under 100,000 subs.
Yes.
Yes, please do that.
Yes, go vote.
Yes, go vote. It's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun with the past 2 categories. And I'm not just saying that because I am actually voted on in this category, but it is some great category. We have a lot of fun. And very shortly, in the next couple of weeks, you will know who are the top 3 of all these different ones that you're voting for. We're not putting it out yet, but soon you will see who are the top 3. So make sure you go after our live goes blank. Well, not blank, but after we go unlive, go ahead and click that link and go ahead and put your vote in. I know I'm who put me in charge of closing up. And go ahead and vote, and we will see you in a week and a half.
Yes.
In December for another live Hey Y'all Hey radio show. We appreciate y'all so much for coming in. We hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving with your family. Stay safe, and we will see you next time. So until then, bye y'all. Bye.
Bye y'all. Bye.